Hello everyone, welcome. So now it's welcome. So basically, in this wonderful individual reading, this is gonna be for Virgo. This is gonna be for August 1st to August 8th of 2026. So you know what, Virgo, this is what you're going through in every single way, and this is gonna be how it is. So in Mercury and Virgo, it says at the back of this is a do or don't in this situation. It says talk about the world being a good place. Help me keep positive. Get down on the ground with me to talk about earthly topics. Share your challenges with me and how you overcome them. Okay? So that would be the do. The don't would be judgmental of myself and others. Have fun of me for believing in magical worlds. Get lazy with your words. No, I'm listening very carefully. That's what it seems to be. Okay, Virgo? But you need to focus on that. You need to focus about having your own communication. You need to focus about what's going to be happening in that way, whether if you have a good time, and that's how it is, right? So whether you focus on that, that's how it is. So I know that my voice seems to be a little bit crappy right now. Excuse me. But that's how it is. So me coughing right now, I'm not very good. So, and that's why, I have my holes just to cough drops just to stop me coughing. And it's not smoker's cough, it's not. It's just an irritated cough. Anyway, back to my own skit here. So, Virgo, I need to see what's going on. We're going to see what's happening. So, this is what it is. So, let's see. And we have basically the Tower over, there's transformation, and the Queen Cups over, there's empathy. So transformation, everything's going to be changing, and that's kind of it is. And the Queen Cups over, there's empathy. There's two sides of the story here. One makes sense, one doesn't make sense. But the way this is, no matter how it goes, that's what it is, Virgo. So if you're dealing with another Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that's what it seems to be. But you need to be how it goes in that way, right? Everything is going to be all good, but that's what it is, right? So when you think about it, alright, this is how it is, but it's going to be in tune of that situation. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. Now, let's see what's going on between, well, let's see what's happening. And, let's see. Interesting. And you have basically the Hierophant reverse, you have no guidance. Alright, so Virgo, I understand about what you're going through. I understand that you need that extra strength on how it's going to be. It's like, okay, well, I don't need it, I don't enjoy it, but what this is, yes, that's what it kind of varies. So I'm going to go from the middle to the right, middle to left. The fourth chart is ever you want recuperation, right? You want healing, you want respect. That's how it goes. Excuse me again with my coughing. So you might be doing something generally request. Okay, that's what it's gonna be. Now going from the middle to the right side, please. Now Cups reverse is no romance. The Emperor reverse is no structure. Strength reverse is no bravery, so you're being scared. It's already you're feeling deceit. Exactly. So everything's deceiving you. So whether if it is, that's what left, right, and center. Right? That's how it is. So whether you're focusing on, that's what it is, but you're focusing on that. So what's between the Strength card, the Emperor, and the Knight Cups? Triggers is no progress. Followed by just yours is not telling truth, you're lying about something. Interesting. Opposite. Death card is over, there's endings here. Maybe you're focusing on the Scorpio as a water sign. So that's how it is. If you're telling lies, Virgo, it's not going to work well. But with this is, if you focus to be Pinocchio and you make up lies, that's what it is. Let's put it in the middle and the left side, please. Excuse me again, with my coughing. God. So 9 cups first is no fulfillment. 10 cups first is no there's incompletion. 2 ones first is no planning. The 3 penguins first is no excitement. 9 ones first is no fear. 9 ones is there's no trauma. 2 stars first, here which path you're gonna take. Tells already there's transformation. Now everything's changing. So everything's transforming, that's how it is. Then clarify that tower card. Ace of Pentacles card, you want to prosper about money. Story yours is on inspiration. 2 Pentacles are you're balancing 2 things at once. Yeah, so whether you might be dealing with in a Virgo, Cancer, or Taurus, that's what it is. So you focus on that. You focus about the here and now of this situation, and you think, okay, this is what it's going to be, right? So you're focusing on what's happening. So let me clarify this death card here. Here, Finish Story, you want guidance. 10 stars, it's already there's basically conclusions. Hermit Story, there's solitude. Maybe you're looking for a soulmate. Maybe you're looking for another Libra. Let me clarify there's 2 Pentacles here. King Swords, right? You want knowledge. Page Swords is no education. 10 Pentacles first, there's no wealth. Moon Separate, there's Moon Reverse, there's no misrotations. Page Cups first, there's no loyalty. 3 Wands first, there's no communication. Yeah, because you're not going to communicate. Interesting. So the way how this is, if you're actually cutting off communication, that's what it's going to end up being. You think to yourself, well, enough is enough. But what this is, if you think that things are going to be going great, well, what's the issue, right? What's it going to be in that way of how it's going to be, right? So let me clarify that 3 Wands here. High Priestess, alright, you're showing in your voice, okay? What's also between this Hermit card? Devil's alright, there's obsessive addictions. Okay, so I understand what you're going through, but what this is, you might be with another Capricorn, and there might be violence. Maybe you're just having a bad day, I don't know. But that's how it goes, Virgo. So let's clarify this High Priestess. Sorry, yours is no inspiration. Just sorry you're telling the truth. High Priestess is no inner voice. Righteous yours is no skill. True yours is no progress. Devil's already there's obsessive addiction. So both of you have the way of having, where you're saying bad language, maybe you're saying, bad words, whatever it is. There's violence, things are not going as planned, right? You don't have a plan, you don't know what to do. But Virgo, you need to understand that. You need to focus on your own well-being, right? It's the way how it works. And you need to understand that, because if you say something the right way, you need to have the right attitude, right? That's what it's going to be. Because you know what, Virgo, you need to focus on that. Let me see what this devil card on the right side is. Empress yours is no nourishment. Hermit is already you're maybe finding a soulmate. The world is over. There's completion, exactly, because you want things to be all completed, but it's like, why? That's how it is. So you're focusing on what you want, what you're not going to do, but when you focus on that, this is not really positivity, no. But what this is, if you're focusing about telling the truth more, not making lies, not saying, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, things are not going to come to an end, right? You focus on that. You focus about dignity, self-respect, that's how it is. But you focus on that. You focus about what's happening around you to have a physical outcome, right? That's what it is. So let's see what's happening. So I'm going from the middle to the right, middle to left. The hand is no restrictions. 7 Wands reverse, you're not feeling the silence. The Sun career says there's negativity. Exactly, I just said that earlier. It's Cups reverse is no satisfactory. King Swords story, there's knowledge. 9 Swords story, there's trauma here. Followed by the Justice reverse, you're not telling the truth, you make up lies again. That's what it is. So you're in between telling the truth when you're not telling the truth. I don't know, Virgo, but the way this is, if you're in negativity, when things are not going as planned, that's what it is. What's between the middle and the left side, please? Where's over there's completion. For one source, there's no celebration. King one source, you want leadership. Knight sorceress, there's no drama. Nine Pentacles first, there's no trust. Three Pentacles sorry, you want excitement. Nine Pentacles first, you're feeling uncomfortable. Two of Pentacles first, you're feeling unbalanced. Nine Wands sorry, there's fear. Exactly, because you're fearing about what's happening. You're happening about what's going on, and you think that, well, I don't like this. That's what it is. Because you focus about what's happening around you, and you think to yourself, it's like, well, I don't like this. But you know what? You need to have your own standing point, because that's what it's going to be, right? That's just how it is, and you need to focus on that, right? So whether if you act like everything's fine, no, it's not. Because you're thinking that you're being uncomfortable, you don't like things to do, you don't like this, you don't like that. That's what it is. And you think, well, I don't like this. Then don't do it. So Virgo, you need to be pleased with yourself. You need to act like it. You need to be how you're going to be in that way. So I'm going to clarify the left side, the middle, and the right. Say Nine Pentacles first, you're feeling comfortable. Eight of Swords first, there's no anxiety. Nine Wands over, there's fear. Okay, so what's opposite with Nine Pentacles here? King of Swords over, you want knowledge. Emperors, there's no structure. Hierophant is over, you want guidance. Exactly. You are in between. You want knowledge. You want guidance. That's what you want, Virgo. And when you do it, that's what it is. So you might be focusing on what generally recurs, but you have to focus on that. Okay? So that's what it is. Let's see what this Eight of Swords about. You have the Queen of Swords first, there's no independence. Queen Wands over, there's charisma. Followed by the Tower over, there's transformation. Yeah, because everything's changing. Everything's transforming, right? So if you focus on that, that's what it is. So when you focus on that, whether you don't want to have independence or that's what it's going to be, you have to focus on that. What's this Nine Wands about? Eight Wands first is no speed. Hangman story, there's restrictions. Doesn't story, you're taking action. Exactly. And Strength careers, there's no bravery, so you're being scared. Tears over, you want progress. Exactly. So you're having progress because you have restrictions. Okay? And when you have restrictions and you have no bravery, you're being scared about that. But Virgo, you need to focus on it. You need to focus about what's happening in that way, in that physical outcome, right? It's like you're saying to yourself, it's like, alright, well, this is what's going to be, this is what's going to happen. That's what it is. So I'm going to clarify the left side. So you have the 8 of, everything is in progress, 8 days, 8 weeks. You're going to focus on that. What's in the middle? You have number 12. It is going well now. It's going well now. 12 days, 12 weeks. You're going to look at that. And what's on the right side? You have number 9. Something comes to an end. 9 days, 9 weeks. Yeah, because everything is going to be in the process, in the progress, and when you focus on that, that's what it's going to be in that way. Okay? So you need to understand that. So you can look at between the 8 weeks, 8 days, or you can look at 12 days, 12 weeks, or you can look at 9 days to 9 weeks. It all depends on that, Virgo. So let me see what's going on now. Now I'm going to clarify between the 8 weeks. We have Scorpio. Heal the wounds. 8 weeks, 8 months. So maybe you're focusing on the Scorpio, Virgo, because that's what it's going to be. You might be focusing on another water sign. What's in the middle for 12 weeks, 12 days? You have Gemini. Search for exchange. 3 weeks, 3 months. Yeah, because maybe you're focusing on another air sign, because you might be focused on that, Virgo, right? So if you're focusing on another Gemini, go ahead. What's on the right side? You have Libra. Enjoy your time. 7 weeks, 7 months. Yeah, because you focus on that. You focus on another air sign, because you might be focused on that. Okay? And let's see what's happening. So let me clarify this Scorpio. We have Tuesday. Number 3. Start being creative. Put down a marker. Yeah, because you might be focusing on that on Tuesday. And that's what it means. Okay? What's on the Libra side? You have Wednesday. Make up a balance. Be entirely realistic. Yeah, because you may be focusing on the Wednesday. So maybe you're focusing on Tuesday and Wednesday. What's in the middle? And that is Thursday. Take a stand, follow your energy. Exactly, that's what you're going to be focusing on. And when you focus on the day of the Thursday, you focus on that. Because when you focus, that's what you want, that's what you get, that's what you perceive. So maybe you're focusing on that. Okay, it's the way of how you're going to look at it from a different perspective, but that's all you can do. Now let's see what the universe is saying. Let me clarify this Thursday. Seven Pentacles here, you are looking for a career. Maybe you're focusing on that. Followed by 9 Cups here, so there's no fulfillment. Queen Pentacles, there's no stability. Death careers, there's no endings. 6 Cups here, there's no the past. Sorry, there's inspiration. 5 Cups here, there's grief. Okay, opposite. King Cups here, there's no support. Alright. 10 of Swords is already there's always these conclusions. So whether if you have conclusions every single week, every single day, you process that. You focus on what you're focusing on, and you need to do that, right? That's how it's going to happen, right? So if you do that, you need to understand that because that's what it's going to be, and that's what the universe is saying to you, Virgo, because the way how this is, if you look at things from a different perspective, that's all you can do. So you might be dealing with another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So if you focus about 12 zodiac signs that I just mentioned, you need to understand that, Virgo, because the way of this is, you think that, oh, everything's fine, everything's, everything is all good. But when you focus on that, you need to be more focused. You need to be behaving very well. You need to be how you're going to be, how you're going to do what you're going to do. So if you focus another Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you focus on those days. Maybe you're going to have a good day, maybe you're not going to have a good day. It all depends on how your emotions are and how you're going to be feeling, right? So if you think that everything's all fine, if you are into a bad place, like negativity, for example, you need to step back. You need to step back and be accountable for your actions, right? That's what you're going to do. So if you focus on that, if you focus about reality, you need to do that, right? Maybe get yourself a reality check, maybe, but you need to focus on that, okay? So this is what's going to be happening. This is how it is. So I hope you all like this video. Please give a like. Please give a comment if you want. And I'm so sorry that my voice seems to be a little bit crappy. Sorry about that. And about me coughing as well. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next one I do. And that's how it goes. Thank you. And enjoy. And I'll see you next one I do. And that's where it's at. Thank you. Bye for now. Really thank you. And thanks. And bye.